Welcome, fire signs. This is Moonshadow Psychic Readings. If you are an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius, or have strong placements in any of those, this reading is for you. I'm doing you all together this month, March 2025. I'm going to see how this goes. I need to do some catch up, so I figured this was the best way to do it. If you've joined me from TikTok or Instagram, you've seen me pull your individual cards, but I'll go through them again. Then here's the collective energies overall for relationships, connections, romance, communications, any of that good stuff. Career, wealth, and finance here. Life path, so general messages going forward from Spirit. And then we'll get to your outcomes, which I will pull individually for each sign. So, Aries started with the Eight of Swords. Getting yourself trapped really in your own mind in something. You're unable to move because you think you're trapped, but you need to take this kind of blindfold off, because look at the creature. He's not actually trapped. He fits perfectly between these swords. He could just walk through. But instead he's climbing, thinking, oh, how do I get out of this? He just has to walk through. You're making something more complicated than it needs to be. For Leo, the Five of Cups. You may have spilled 3 of the cups, but you've still got 2 left. Now, make do with what you have left. This crow is very ingenious. He's figuring out a way to connect all the cups. It's like, okay, going forward, no matter what happens, no matter what way the world turns, 1 or 2 cups will remain with something in them. He's finding a way to utilize what he has left, be grateful for what he has left, and not worry about what's gone. Okay, the cups that spilled may be empty, but he still has the cups. So he's tying all his cups together and creating something new out of them. Sagittarius, you're learning to utilize the power of your passions and go forward in something. So being a knight, he's graduated from being a page, so now he knows how to ride forth on his horse and, go with passion and be super productive with it. However, you got the sly fox here as well, and he's really quite indulged in the thoughts of his passion. So don't be led astray from just hedonism and overindulgence in something. You may have this new power coming from your passions, but don't abuse it. Be smart with it. Okay, so let's get into the energies of your relationships, your connections, communications even. Bored. So you're not happy with the connections you have, with the relationships you've been building maybe. Perhaps you're no longer connecting with people properly. Let's have a look. Emotional upheaval. The moon also represents Pisces, so Pisces season, I think this is talking about now. And this card came up in the Pisces season reading. If you have any Pisces placements that you think are worth noting, you might want to check out that. It's talking about the Pisces season, not just the Pisces sign, but it is strongest for those born with Pisces placements. But yeah, a lot of these energies came up in that reading, so there might be something in there for you. But anyway, Pisces season, emotional upheaval. This could be the present for you. And then the King of Cups. Okay. It's getting that emotional control back. I think it takes the upheaval for you to kind of see where the flaws in your armor are and to kind of get your emotional house in order. see you got kind of the predators swimming around, but yeah, this is coming into your own power with your emotions, learning to balance things out, and learning to build your boundaries is going to be important there. This card has come up in everything I've pulled today, so yeah, you may want to check out those those other readings. All right, yeah, it's that childhood energy, that giving energy. The Six of Cups often represents a gift, and I feel like the gift is something you've had since childhood. For some of you, maybe it is the birth of a child. It's different for all of you. This is a collective reading. But maybe it's the way, given that this is your connections and relationships, maybe it's the way that you approached relationships in your childhood. You need to go back to that more innocent time. Like, how did you form those connections? What was the basis? What was that mutual thing that had you make friends with someone else? Time to figure out that. And this has all been about emotions in here. So I think it's to do with an emotional upheaval, taking control of your emotions, and then learning to give them. Career, wealth, finance, any goals and projects you might be working on. Well, this area feels very content. So that's nice. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. Very abundant. In control. The crown is almost like the roots of the tree as much as it is branches. Whoop, and I'm knocking the camera over. There's that upheaval for you. Alright. Yeah, you see how this crown is almost like reaching out. It's like the psychic energy, this instinct and intuition. Her power comes from her connectedness to nature. I'll just move that a bit. She has an abundance and the nurturing and fostering energy. Being queen energy, she's also like a mother. She can give birth, bring life, and that's why there's so much life around her. All these young animals born. The butterfly is a sign of rebirth as well. So this is someone with strong foundations and good wealth. There's a strong foundation to start with here. But then we go to the Ten of Swords. So there's been a time of fears and paranoias and being locked in your head. But this is the end of that cycle. So coming out of things that have been holding you back. Very relevant for Aries there. And again, this is sort of been coming up in those Pisces season, that reading. But look, the swords are falling. If these hands are actually tied, you could use the falling swords to just cut those ties. But if you have a look closely, I think the ties are already cut. I don't think those binds are actually holding. So again, it's like the 8 here. It's like you're choosing to remain there. So I see that this is coming to an end. Considering you came from a bountiful energy, it's only you and your thoughts that have been holding you back. And then we get back into the pentacles, that bountiful energy. This time out, as rough as it may have been, has given you energy and insight, and you're taking that to now focus on what's important to you. You're honing your craft. You're becoming a master craftsman. You've got plans that you're working towards, and people are going to recognize you for your skills and what you're offering. Sorry for the windiness. It picks up on occasion, but when it does, I think that's important for you to hear, like this. And look, he's carving the pentacles. It's like printing his own money. So coming out of this state and taking the lessons with you means that you know the direction to go in now. And I think that's why you're going to be quite contented. Because even if you may seem like you're starting from scratch, or maybe not from scratch, but a few steps back, it's actually going to work out well, because now you have a better idea and focus on what you're moving towards. Let's go into your life path. This is general guidance from Spirit here. Chaotic. Lucky 13. Chaotic. Why so chaotic, my fire signs? Part of that emotional upheaval, you had to leave something behind. You'd built up all this emotional investment, the 8 of Cups, and you've realized that actually the best thing for me at this point, despite my connection to all this, is just to walk away from it. And maybe this is where the Queen of Pentacles was impacted as well. Having to walk away from something you've built up a lot of energy and investment into could leave you, with negative thoughts of loss, dark thoughts, unhappy thoughts. But then we get into this came up in the Pisces season as well, the devil energy, indulgence. And in that Pisces reading, I said you may need to go into some of these indulgences and temptations just for the experience, to see what's out there, but don't get trapped in them. Sagittarius. Learn to follow your passions. If an experience comes up that you think you could learn something from, okay, do it, but don't get wrapped up in it and trapped, locked in your indulgences, meaning you're trapped in your own making, going nowhere. But you see, the keys to being the magician, creating here, they're all there. So you do need to indulge in your passions to some degree in order to reach your full potential. Just don't get trapped in them. And then death. So that's a Capricorn, this is a Scorpio. This is good, this is rebirth. Death is change. It's like, okay, I had to let go of something. Now I need to follow my passions and look around, see what's out there for me, what excites my passions. And now it's time to change and rebirth, evolve into something new, own my own power. And again, they're coming along with these offerings, gold chains, pure white flower. And here, creating your own wealth, creating a name for yourself, giving of your emotions in a healthier, more controlled way, with your boundaries safely intact. So let's get into your outcomes now. The overall energy of your outcomes is astonished. Okay, I think you're going to surprise yourself here. So let's go for each individual sign. So what is the best course of action for Aries? Aries, what is your best course of action for March? The Emperor. Okay, you need to get some things under control here. I know she got this is Aries card. Anyway, the best course of action for Aries is to be Aries. Yeah, you need to take charge. And again, he's holding a wand. That's passion. You need to follow your passions to get out of your state here. Okay? Take charge of your life, of your thoughts especially. and just move out of this situation where you have yourself stuck. And now Leo. Leo's best course of action for March, the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you may have felt temporarily like there was a loss, but use your ingenuity to, you know, make something new or make the best of what you have, because the King of Pentacles knows how to rule the wealth, the finances, the plenitude around him, the harvest. He knows when to use it, when to sit on it. It's a slow, strong energy. So be directed, really consider your options and how you're going to move forward, and move into that. It's not going to be a complete fix overnight. It'll be a slow process, but it's strong. And you know, the more it goes on, the more you will build from it. So again, it's a similar kind of thing there. And lastly, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to do for their best course of action? Here we are. Two of Pentacles. You're gonna need to get some things in balance for sure. You're learning to follow your passions, which is good. Go forth, use your passions, but keep them in balance. The harmony is going to be very important for you. Okay, so what is the outcome? Should each of you follow those best courses of action? And again, this was in the Pisces season reading. This is the Hierophant. It's like someone who's had deep learning and has become like a spiritual paragon. They've built these strong foundations, and this golden light is like your higher self. You're connected with something higher, and now you're still and calm. You're in control. It's moving above all kind of those base everyday things that we deal with. You're not worrying so much about money or romances or anything like that. You've learned to focus on your core. You've got yourself still, you know, in that still state where you're happy, you're contented, and you've got a broader sense of the world, the universe, and everything, and you just know to feed your core is a much better way to start out, because working within will change how you shine without. So yeah, handling what's going on inside is going to make you just shine, and it will change how the world perceives you, because you've changed how you're perceiving you as well. So you are going to be very astonished by the changes coming. I'd say that's pretty good reading for you guys, fire signs. Thank you Aries, thank you Leo, thank you Sagittarius for joining me. If you would like a private reading, please hit me up using the links below or in the descriptions, or there's an email link on the website as well. Otherwise, go over to TikTok or Instagram if you have an account there. And we just lost your cards. But yeah, you can hit me up directly, direct message me on TikTok or Instagram. If you want a personal reading, I can set that up. Otherwise, just leave something in the comments below, and hope to see you next time.